Hi, I'm Ashley Park with IdeateTV, and I'm here with Mystica Linforth, who is the creator of Essential Oxygen. Mystica, what inspired you to create this company?
I had a mouthful of oral issues 10 years ago. I had really deep pockets, receding, tooth sensitivity, tartar. I had a raw foods company. I was really into health. I was flossing every day. I was getting my teeth cleaned every 3 months, but I had really bad oral issues that I had inherited from both of my parents. Both had false teeth by 50, and I got both of those bad genes. And my teeth were starting to get crooked. I had deep pockets. So my dentist had no ideas for me of what to do about that. So he sent me home and said, figure this out. And since I had a raw foods company, I took it on to try to come up with something. And what I did was take 1% food grade hydrogen peroxide, aloe vera, and thieves oil, which is essential oils of lemon, eucalyptus, rosemary, cinnamon, clove. And I made a rinse to brush with to replace toothpaste. So you shake it up, you pop the lid, you squirt it in the mouth, you brush. And I did that 10 years ago. So probably 3 days go by, and every single friend I ran into is complimenting me on how white my teeth are. Literally everybody I ran into, and I'm like, and I finally realized, wow, this is doing something. In a week, my gums aren't bleeding when I'm flossing anymore, and I'm realizing that I'm getting somewhere with this. And another thing that happened within about a week is my tooth sensitivity went away. Because I used to have tooth sensitivity made me nuts to hot or cold, or the toothbrush on the teeth would just, you'd have to peel me off the ceiling.
How did you come up with the concept of the product? Like, how did you know what to put in it?
Because I was into super healthy things. I was creating kale crisps and raw desserts, and I was into clean, natural things, and fate. To a degree, you know, the universe comes through in these beautiful ways. One friend was all about hydrogen peroxide at that time, and they were drinking it and getting all kinds of great benefits from that. And somebody else was in a MLM for essential oils and told me about the thieves oil and how antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral they were. So I put those together, and that's what really turned it around for me. So 3 days, I get the whitening things, and in a month, after using this, when I went back to the dentist and hygienist, the pockets, receding, and tartar had stopped. So every single issue I had became a thing of the past, and I'm like, okay, I love you, raw foods company, but you've got to go. I have to get this out to other people. And it's worked out. Like now on Amazon, there's thousands of people whose dentists say, oh my gosh, you know, what's happened to your mouth? It's so much better.
That's incredible. So
Yeah.
what of all the things that you've been talking about, what are the exact things that it covers? Like, it will help with whitening, it helps.
We have it on the bottle. First thing it did was whiten in 3 days. Tooth sensitivity, gum pockets, gum receding, canker sores. People often tell me that if they use this, they don't get canker sores. Because people hate canker sores. Like even cancer patients, as bad as it is to have cancer, I almost think, and as bad as it is to have chemotherapy, I almost think that the thing that they hate the most are those mouth sores that they get. It's just so miserable. And this just makes them not happen. That oxygen gets in there. And it's not only oral health. There's a huge connection between oral health and our internal health. They say if you don't let bad oral bacteria get in your body, you can add an average of 6 years to your life. Because we have a lot of veins and arteries in our mouth, and the bad bacteria gets in our veins and arteries, and it causes inflammation, and it constricts them. So not only is that bad, unhealthy bacteria infecting organs, but our veins and arteries are inflaming and constricting and restricting the flow. So that can add to heart disease, stroke, Alzheimer's, memory loss, diabetes. So the oral health is hugely connected to our overall health.
Right, and a lot of people are into oil pulling. Would you say this is a good alternative?
I think oil pulling is wonderful. The Ayurvedics were really on to something. And I think oil pulling's really good. It just takes 20 minutes. And this takes 30 seconds. But they do very similar things. They're very detoxifying. We do an Ayurvedic tradition with the brushing rinse. On the back of the bottle, we talk about the toxic morning mouth protocol. That's the same idea of Ayurvedic, that when we're sleeping, our liver's cleaning our blood, our saliva's not circulating, and our bacteria count is through the roof when we wake up first thing. And that's why our breath is not the best ever, right? So what I created was the toxic morning mouth protocol, and that's first thing when you wake up, don't swallow your saliva. Get up, go in the sink, spit the saliva out, squirt some of this in your mouth, and do what you do first thing in the morning in the bathroom for 30 seconds to a minute while it swishes around. When you're finished, tilt your head back, brush, spit all that out, and your immune system will be like, thank you so much for not re-ingesting all that bad bacteria that I spent all night getting out. So everybody's going to think of me tomorrow when they wake up and feel that bad bacteria and know that, you know, there's a good way to get it out.
What else do you have coming up, if anything?
Well, I have formulated a really wonderful organic toothpaste, which there isn't one on market yet. And we're going to also do a tooth powder because we feel like consumers need to be able to control their abrasive. All the research we're getting from dentists we're talking to is that people are using too much abrasive and they're wearing down their enamel unnecessarily. You want a little abrasive to scrape the film on the teeth that comes from wine and tea and things like that, minerals. Green smoothies will coat your teeth. And so you want a little abrasive, but brushing with toothpaste every day is overdoing it. So we're going to create a powder to let people control their abrasive. So you might use the organic paste and with the brushing rinse, maybe 5 days of the week, and maybe a couple other days you'd use your abrasive, your tooth powder with it.
That sounds very innovative. I love it.
Yeah, it'll be called the Pristine Protocol. And you're the first ones hearing about it, but...
I love this. We're breaking news. Breaking news.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so if there was one thing that you would want people to really know about your product, what would that be?
They work very effectively, and they're clean, and they're safe. So I'm just really proud of them. We care about the planet. We care about people and the planet as well as profit, but we want to elevate the planet. And so we're just glad to have something that's helping that happen and helping people's health in the long term, because sustainability is what I really care about. We've been living in a gross society that's burning through this planet at an alarming rate. And what I'd love to see happen is everybody switch to a mindset of sustainability. Like looking at everything we do in terms of, is this good in the long term? Is this good for my body on the long term? Is this good for the planet on the long term? And that's super important that we make that paradigm shift in our heads. And we're trying to help that. And that's what our products are about.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like you're accomplishing just that. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm Ashley Park with IdeateTV.